How can Apex Clearing help financial advisors and wealth management firms acquire more customers, grow assets, and succeed in the financial services industry today? These are the questions that we are constantly thinking about as we develop our platform. In fact, our entire infrastructure is built to help you succeed faster. At Apex Clearing, we enable innovation. We help power the digital transformation in the financial services space. Some of you may have heard of us, though more likely you have heard of our customers. We are the custodian and technology partner for firms like Robinhood, Wealthfront, Betterment, Stash, Wise Banyan, M1, and many more who are pushing the boundaries of the financial services industry. We help these firms succeed in a number of ways. At the most basic level, we custody their assets. So we hold cash and securities in brokerage accounts for safekeeping. That's the most basic definition of a custodian. We also execute trades and make sure that the cash and securities trade hands securely at the end of every day. We onboard customers, opening unique brokerage accounts for each. And we handle the nitty-gritty, like KYC and OFAC checks. We facilitate funding, moving money from the customer's bank account to their brokerage account, and vice versa. And we handle all of the regulatory reporting required. So while what we do for firms is crucially important to anyone in the financial services industry, how we do it is what makes our clients uniquely successful. As a custodian that facilitates the fastest and easiest account opening, account funding, and account management experience for the end customer, we are relentlessly dedicated to powering the firms that transform this space. Over the past 4 years, we have evolved as our clients have evolved. And we're proud to introduce to you the newest component of our technology offering that will help our clients scale faster. But before we get there, let's talk a little bit about our foundation. Apex offers an ecosystem of RESTful APIs that are built to support your business.
The ecosystem Emily's talking about is called Apex Connect. Apex Connect is our comprehensive suite of APIs that connect your infrastructure to our back-end processing technology. With Apex Connect, you create a seamless, fully integrated solution that lets you give your customers complete control over all their account management needs. Apex Connect automates your day-to-day functions in line with modern consumer expectations so you can focus on what really matters to you, like innovating and growing your business. So what are some things you can do with Apex Connect? Well, you can open a brokerage account instantly on any device using no paper via a very flexible and best-of-breed e-signature process. You can resolve KYC issues, like a failed CIP check or an address mismatch, by uploading documentation such as an image of a driver's license or a picture of a passport. You can fund accounts instantly via ACH. You can also instantly initiate a transfer of assets from another brokerage. For all these functions, we provide real-time status updates so your customers always know exactly what's going on with their accounts and assets whenever they need to. The bottom line is Apex Connect opens accounts faster, gets customers invested sooner, and ultimately helps you scale your business better than any other platform.
Now, to give you a sense of the kind of success you could expect on our platform, we've opened over 1 million brokerage accounts so far this year. A startup that launched on our platform just a year ago has opened over 200,000 brokerage accounts. And a firm that started just 2 years ago has opened nearly 1 million brokerage accounts. Now, getting a customer to actually complete that process of opening a brokerage account can be difficult. And through the processes that Sam mentioned earlier, we've reduced the friction so that your end customer doesn't get frustrated or impatient and abandon that process. But getting the account opened is just half the battle. You also need to make sure that your client actually funds their account. And in an industry where average funding rates are below 50%, it's crucially important to make that process as easy and as fast as possible for the end customer. At Apex, we facilitate instant account funding. So we see average funding rates at above 60%, often closer to 80%. We are here to enable modern consumer expectations. That means instant gratification. That means downloading an app and using it immediately. If you want to get a sense for the type of experience that you could offer your end customer on our platform, try opening an account via an app like Stash Invest or at any of the other firms that we mentioned earlier. You'll understand why they have seen similar success to the experience that Brandon Craig, CEO of Stash Invest, describes here. So as we continue down this path of innovation, we now provide the solution for advisors to continue to automate and streamline their process. We are excited to introduce to you today Apex's portfolio rebalancing engine. This is our new API-driven rebalancing platform that allows advisors to capitalize on digital advice and solve the problems of investment management.
So what is rebalancing? What is portfolio management? In the simplest case, it's just tracking an investor's portfolio and bringing it back into alignment with its target allocation from time to time. A decade ago, and even in most cases still today, this process is completely manual. If you've ever engaged with an investment advisor, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Once an IA gets to know you, they'll suggest a portfolio for you in line with your risk tolerance and liquidity needs. A typical allocation is 60% equities, 40% fixed income, and we'll use that allocation for this example. So if you agree to this model, your IA takes your money and they invest it accordingly. Then once a quarter or so, they'll rebalance your portfolio by figuring out what trades they need to execute to bring it back into alignment with that 60-40 allocation. 5 years ago, Betterment and Wealthfront upended this process when they pioneered robo-advice. Using software, they're able to analyze their customers' portfolios daily, and in doing so, dramatically reduce the cost of rebalancing. This is the kind of automation we're all about at Apex. So we're rolling out a fully automated account rebalancing platform for both digital and traditional wealth managers. There's 4 pieces. First, you define your models. We're going to go through this in detail in a second. Second, you assign models to brokerage accounts during the account opening process. Third, you get daily trade proposals from the rebalancer to eliminate any drift in your customers' portfolios. And finally, you confirm the trades you want, and Apex executes them on your behalf. So let's jump into some details. A model is really just a definition of what securities belong in a given customer's portfolio. It's basically just an asset allocation, which in our world is defined as a set of asset classes and a set of drift percentages. Again, we're going to use that 60-40 equity to fixed income asset allocation. So let's define the equity portion of that allocation. In the example I've got on screen, we're going to create an asset class called US large cap equities that's comprised of equal parts Apple and GE. An asset class to us is just a grouping of like securities weighted by percentage. When I post this request, I get back an ID I can use to reference the asset class following pretty standard RESTful interfaces later. Once we've created a couple asset classes, we can bring those together as part of a larger asset allocation. So what I've got on screen is a request that will create our 60-40 asset allocation using the large cap equity asset class we just created and another asset class called US fixed income. I give these asset classes weights of 60 and 40% respectively. I also give each a drift parameter. Drift is defined as the percentage an asset class can deviate from its target weight before the rebalancer will propose trades to bring it back into alignment. It's expressed in this case as a percentage of the asset class's target weight. So in this example, we're going to let our US fixed income asset class drift between 36 and 44% of the total portfolio's value before we recommend trades to rebalance it. Similar to the asset class case, when I post this request, I get back an ID to reference the allocation. Once we've got some allocations, we can assign them to brokerage accounts to effectively start the portfolio management process. Assigning an allocation is very straightforward. You just post the allocation ID and the account to our assignments endpoint. If successful, the account is immediately enrolled in our daily rebalancing workflow. So what that means is our rebalancer will analyze the account daily, propose orders to rebalance and/or invest new funds in that account. All you need to do is look at those orders, figure out which ones you want to confirm those back to Apex, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll execute the trades and place the resulting securities and cash directly into your customers' accounts. Here's what some of those trade proposals can look like. So the example we just walked through is purposefully trivial. Our rebalancer supports a bunch more parameters and features. I'll talk through a couple quickly. First, tax minimization is baked into our engine from the ground up. In every scenario, we work to minimize the tax burden on your customers. So in simple cases, this means selling losses before gains and knowing when to optimize liquidating a short-term holding versus a long-term holding. We've also baked in fractional shares. So for even with an investment as small as $100, you can offer your customers a diversified portfolio and access to high-flying equities like Tesla and Apple. On top of this foundation, we're building in more sophisticated rebalancing features based on the needs of next-gen wealth managers. Equivalent sets, for example, basically just sets of substitute securities, help to minimize the tax burden on asset transfers. Tax loss harvesting and direct indexing take advantage of daily price movements in securities to generate more alpha for your customers.
So not only does Apex's portfolio rebalancing engine transform customer funds into portfolios and then rebalance based on advisor-dictated criteria, as well as optimizing for tax loss harvesting, but it is also integrated to Apex's API ecosystem. The result is a platform that connects the historically disparate components of portfolio management and brokerage account management so that you can focus on your business.
And to help you get integrated sooner, we now offer Apex Quick Start, a proprietary process that brings together dedicated project managers and technology resources to help guide you through the onboarding process. If you're interested to hear more about our new rebalancing engine, or you think Apex can partner with you to help you succeed faster, come chat with us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much.